Well, hello YouTube, and time for another trash find. This is I'm assuming 70s Sears 60 psi 4-cylinder paint sprayer, aka air compressor. Looks in pretty good shape. I was driving home from my father's and saw this sitting on the side of the road. I pulled over. Guy was actually sitting in his garage, so I was like, hey, that little compressor you got out there, does it work? He said, oh, you plug it in and it motor works and everything. It's been years since you used it, but it works. Right. You believe that? Hey, it was free. Who cares? If anything, the compressor might be good. It's a nice cast iron 4-cylinder compressor. I do not believe that's original. If it does work, that cable is definitely going to be needing replaced, going to the motor. And it has an Emerson Electric 3/4 horsepower, 3450 RPM motor. Looks like it suffered a bit of damage here. And he said all that seemed to be wrong with it was that the fitting was broken off the front, which it has been, purposely or not. Let's try tilting it back without tipping it over. Oh, uh-oh. That looks a bit sketchy. We have a fiberglass patch on the bottom of the tank. Not sure if I'm going to want to pressurize this after all. Well, let's see if it works for starters. Well, it works. The drain valve is open, as well as the here. Does something anyway. Alright, sorry here, I'm using my phone. Let's see if we can get something on this connector other than that, so we can actually try and build pressure here. Scary as it may seem with that patch on the bottom. Other than that, it seems in relatively good condition. Actually, before I do anything, I'm going to check the oil in it. Alright, turn up. Well, that's a little too much. Okay, so we can see what we're looking at here. Well, either A, it's bone dry, or it's got oil in it. Relatively clean oil too. Not sure if it was changed recently. Can either be a positive sign or it could be a red flag. Oh yeah, it's in great shape. Routine maintenance, and yeah, you just changed the oil and haven't used it in 15 years. Alright, it's a little low on oil, but it's got oil in it, and the oil seems to be pretty good. So, see if we can do something about that connector. I replaced the broken off 1/4-inch nipple with the only thing I had on hand was a flare connector and a plug and a cap. So that'll do. It should be enough to get it to build pressure. I'm not sure if I want to be sitting out here when it is building pressure, but let's give it a go. See what happens. See if I can plug it in with while I'm holding the camera without electrocuting myself. A lot of people would probably be happy if that happened, but whatever. And it's hissing like that because the drain valve is still open. So let's give that a close. It's actually pretty quiet. Definitely a lot quieter than today's modern compressors. Now it's saying 60 psi. It's not shutting off. If it gets to 60 or 70, I'm pulling the plug. Okay. So about 65 psi. And that hissing we're hearing is coming all from around the fitting because I just stuck it in there. I didn't put pipe dope or tape or anything on it. As far as that patch goes, probably should not be doing this under pressure. Is that bulging? Let's see where it kicks back on at. I just loosened the flare fitting, but the cap. Will it kick back on? That's pretty good. Alright, so let's pull the plug here, drain the pressure out. It's a fairly small tank. It doesn't say the size, just says 3/4 horsepower, medium pressure capacity, 3.7 CFM at 40 psi. Now the pump kicks back on a little under 45 psi, so I'm assuming that is 3.7 CFM out of the pump. There's not much tank to mention here. It's probably a, I don't know, 7-10 gallon maybe, 5 gallon. It's probably bigger than 5 gallon, but as far as that patch goes, it pretty much looks the same. It's not soft, it's not, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Whether maybe it had a rust bubble on it and somebody put that on because they thought it was leaking, or did it have a pinhole and they put that on because it was leaking? Who knows? Overall, I don't know if the oil was changed recently or not, but It does work. It does not seem to have much issues. It does have a plug on it that looks a whole heck of a lot newer than everything else on it. So, hard to say. But anyway, there we go. I think we're just going to run it as it is, and if the tank blows, then, well, the tank blows. And I'll probably cut the welds there and there on both sides, and mount this top assembly onto something else, whether it's it would actually work perfectly on a old propane tank. I've got a number of those laying around. But yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching.